Africa. Listen carefully. The United States has officially confirmed it. American troops are now on the ground in Nigeria. Not rumors. Not leaks. Not speculation. Official confirmation. After airstrikes on an Islamic State-affiliated group, a U.S. military team has been deployed to Nigeria, following talks between AFRICOM Commander General Dagvinar M. Anderson and President Bola Tinubu. They say the mission is simple: intelligence support, planning assistance, help Nigeria fight terrorism. But Africa must always ask a deeper question. When foreign boots land on African soil, is it help or is it history repeating itself? And even more important, how long will they stay? What do they really want? And why now? Today, we are not here to spread fear. We are here to think, analyze, and defend Africa's future. Let's start with the facts. The United States has confirmed the deployment of a small military team to Nigeria. According to AFRICOM, the team will provide specialized intelligence and planning support to strengthen Nigeria's counterterrorism operations. This comes months after U.S. airstrikes targeted an Islamic State-linked group in the region. Nigeria, like many countries in West Africa, is facing serious security challenges. Boko Haram and ISWAP in the northeast, banditry and kidnappings in the northwest, separatist tensions in the southeast, growing instability across the Sahel. So on the surface, this sounds reasonable, right? A powerful ally offering technical support to fight terrorism. And let's be honest, Nigeria does need better intelligence, better coordination, and better technology to protect its people. But Africa has learned something from history. Foreign military involvement is never just a small story. It always starts small. Advisors, trainers, intelligence teams. And then, it grows. Let's talk history. Africa has seen this movie before. In Afghanistan, it started with support. In Iraq, it started with security assistance. In Libya, it started with protecting civilians. In the Sahel, it started with fighting terrorism. And in many of these places, foreign troops stayed longer than expected, influenced politics, and reshaped entire regions. In the Sahel, Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, we have seen something historic. These countries rejected Western military presence and chose a different path. They said, "We want sovereignty. We want control. We want to decide our own future." And suddenly, those same countries became unstable in Western media, problematic for Western interests, strategic concerns on global maps. So Africans are asking a fair question. Is this deployment to Nigeria purely about terrorism, or is it also about geopolitics, influence, and control? Let's talk about what nobody likes to say out loud. The Sahel region is not just poor land and desert. The Sahel is rich in uranium, gold, cobalt, lithium, rare earth, minerals. These are strategic minerals for nuclear energy, electric vehicles, military technology, space technology, the future global economy. And guess what? Countries that recently moved away from Western influence just happen to sit on these resources. So Africans are asking, is this really about terrorism? Or is Africa once again becoming a chessboard in a global power game? Nigeria itself is Africa's largest population, one of Africa's biggest economies, a key regional power, an energy giant. Whoever has influence in Nigeria has influence in West Africa. This is not paranoia. This is geopolitical reality. Let's be fair and balanced. Nigeria is facing real security threats. Terrorism is killing Africans. Bandits are destroying communities. Innocent people are suffering. If intelligence support saves lives, that matters. If better planning protects villages, that matters. If cooperation reduces violence, that matters. But here is the deeper Pan-African question. Are we building African capacity, or are we deepening African dependency? Because true security does not come from foreign drones, foreign intelligence, foreign command centers. True security comes from strong African institutions, well-equipped African armies, united African cooperation, African-controlled intelligence systems. If after 10, 20, or 30 years we are still saying, we need foreigners to secure our countries, then something is deeply wrong. Support should be temporary. Capacity building should be permanent. Sovereignty should be non-negotiable. Many in the Sahel are watching this very carefully. Why? Because they fear this could become a new military corridor, a new influence base, a new pressure point against governments that chose independence from the West. Let us be clear, no African country should be used as a launchpad against another African country. Africa does not need proxy wars, hidden wars, silent destabilization, or new Cold War games on our soil. We need African solutions to African problems, regional security, cooperation, strong and African defense systems, not permanent foreign guardianship. Africans must start demanding clear answers. 1. How long will they stay? 2. What exactly are their limits? 3. Who controls the intelligence? 4. Who controls the operations? 5. What is the exit plan? And most importantly, is this making Africa stronger or just more dependent? Our leaders must be transparent, protect sovereignty, put African interests first, and think beyond short-term security fixes. Because history has taught us something painful. When you trade sovereignty for security, you often lose both. Africa, this is not a time for fear, but it is a time for awareness. Not every foreign soldier is an enemy, but no foreign soldier should replace African soldiers. The future of Africa will not be secured by Washington, Paris, Moscow, or Beijing. It will be secured by Africans, strong nations, united regions, confident leadership, and people who refuse to sleep while history is being written around them. Because Africa is not a battlefield. Africa is a civilization, and civilizations must defend their destiny.
Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all, family, brothers and sisters. Hopefully you're okay, you're doing well. Black winter right now is hitting in the West Africa. Finally, the US has put boot on the ground. The United States of America has deployed troops in Nigeria to fight terrorism. Africans are asking, is it true that US is concerned about terrorism in Nigeria, or there are some other issues? And how sure are we that those are soldiers? Yes, are soldiers, but what are they doing to fight terrorism? Of course, US has expressed that those soldiers will cooperate with Nigerian government to share intelligence and, of course, to train personnel. But they will not confront terrorists live on the ground. But is it true? Because they have been saying this many times, and of course we have not to believe in what America is always telling us, because we've seen in Libya, we've seen in many parts of the world what America is saying sometimes is not true. I want me and you to join in this conversation to share and connect dots. You know, there are those who believing that this is a trick for US to station military personnel in northern Nigeria so that they can be easier for US to attack Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. Of course, I think that is the target of US. You know, when Abdulrahman, president of Niger, President Traore of Burkina, President Gohita of Mali, when they came to power, for instance, in Niger, let's start with Niger. When Chan came to power, one thing that he did is to expel and close US drone base. One of the largest US drone base overseas closed in Niger. Then, if you come to Mali also closed all foreign troops, these military bases in Mali. France military base was removed. Come to Burkina, the same. So these Western powers are not happy with these countries, and they went too far. These countries are creating their own alliance, the alliance of Sahel states. You know, one thing that Western power don't want to see is the issue of unity. They don't want to see unity of African, wherever they are, whether you are in the continent or in the diaspora. They fear that the day Africans will come together, unite, it will be difficult for Africa to be exploited. So, and one thing that has shocked them, of course, we know that these countries have decided to come up with their own currency. They fear that if Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso will succeed to have their own currency, other African countries will join. So they want to stop Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso at hell before other countries joining. And the only technique is, of course, they use Nigeria. We have seen Nigeria being used. You know, try to connect this. When Benin, you remember, I think Benin, yeah, when young soldiers took power, tried to take power in Benin, Nigeria sent special forces, even without the Congress, by saying Nigeria is protecting democracy. But who given Nigeria permission to invade another country or to send troops in another country? You can see. So Nigeria was used to stop young leaders, soldiers in Benin, because they believed that if they have succeeded to take control, young soldiers to take control of Benin, they have to join in Sahel, and Sahel has to grow. And if Sahel has to grow, it has to become strong. So immediately after announcement of military coup in Benin, Nigeria sent troops, French military base involved to fight those young soldiers who tried to take power from colonial Craig government of Talon. You see? So if we are trying to connect dots, we can understand that those troops, yes, they have created a problem in northern Nigeria to create narratives for Africans to believe that they are there to solve the challenge of Nigeria. But behind all those things, they are targeting Sahelian nations. And Africans, we need to be vigilant. We need to be careful. And when Traore has spoken about the coming of black winters, he prophesied these things. And Traore is ahead of many African leaders. And America want to, of course, you saw Nigerian plane being forced to land in Bobodulaso in Nigeria, in Burkina Faso, after violating airspace of the Alliance of Sahel States. But that plane was not violated accidentally. That was sent purposely by Nigeria, by the Western power, by using Nigeria to spy, to find where there are troops and capture some images to see where military bases are located, so that when they attack, they know exactly where to start with. That's how they did. And today they are telling us that they have sent troops, just a few troops in Nigeria. Another issue we have to understand, that Nigeria has oil, has high deposit of oil. This Western power, they're interested with oil. You know what happened to Maduro, to Venezuela? It's about oil. Look what is happening to Iran. Recently, America has warned Iran that not sell oil to China. And that's why America wants to invade Iran militarily, because they believe that if Iran will continue to have this leadership, it means Iran will continue to do business with China. And America wants to control the world. And these countries, two countries, are becoming obstacle for America to control the world: Russia and China. So this is a war between Russia, China, and America. So Africa, we are being used as the way Tinubu is being used. So family, I think as Africans, as the people who love this continent, we need to be vigilant. We need to be careful. Black winter is really coming, family. What we see It is not about supporting, it's about mission. You know, these people have different mission. We thought they are helping us. And these problems, of course, we know they have created these problems. You see these terrorists, these insurgents, everything. They are being designed purposely to create narratives so that when they do something, you don't be shocked. They created things so that they come up with solutions. That's how they are doing. And as Africans, of course, to the countries of Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, must be vigilant. America wants to return to Niger to restore its drone base. America wants to return in Burkina, in Mali. They want lithium of Mali. They want gold of Burkina. And that's what they want. So as Africans, I think there's a need for we to understand this geopolitics. This geopolitics must be understood very well. And of course, as Africans, as I said this, we Africans sometimes, of course our leaders, political leaders, sometimes they behave like they cannot think about the future. They can't predict the future. And that's the problem of democracy in Africa. That democracy was designed purposely to make sure that they put leaders who will serve the interests of the West. You know, sometimes when Bola Tinubu won the election, I was shocked that how is it possible that Nigeria, one of what we call a giant of Africa, allowed an old man, recently he has fallen into Turkey, allow an old man to become a leader. I don't mean that an old man cannot become a leader, no. But if you look very keenly, Nigeria, a country with highest population in Africa, Tinubu is a leader for Nigeria. And Nigeria, Tinubu was instead purposely to save the interest of the West. And that's why every 3 months you see Tinubu in Paris, you see Tinubu in Paris. Do this, your own research. After every 3 months, President Bola Tinubu attended in Paris. Some said maybe it is clinics, medical clinics. Yes, but why we need leaders who is not okay physically? We need leaders who is mentally. When we heard something happening in rural area, he can go. So Nigeria is going to destroy the West Africa. Nigeria is going to be used to destroy West Africa. And the target here is not terrorists. The target is the alliance of Sahel states. Nigeria is being used to destabilize these Western African countries, especially Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. So family, brothers and sisters, I think those are just my views, but all in all, I hope you will share more from what you heard from me and also for what you understand. But as Africans, we need to be vigilant and to open our eyes. There's no such help. There's no friendship between America and Nigeria. No such friendship. It's about interest. It's not about training Nigerians. It's not about, you know, I wonder, Nigeria is calling itself a giant of Africa. How can a giant of Africa fail to protect its citizens? The time has come for Africans to come together. For how long will we see that Western powers station troops, sending troops to fight in our countries? So I think we have to execute these things. So family, after that, I have no more to share. Let me say have a nice time. See you next time. I'm here in a beautiful place, as you can see, so attractive at my homeland in our beautiful continent Africa. So have a nice time. See you next time. Thank you.
Thank you Africa, Mama Africa. Oh, yeah. You make Africa great. Thank you Africa. Thank you Africa.